What's quality control, man? Somebody's got to do it.
No, look. Someone's gonna work at the beer factory and be like at 7:30 every morning. Why not be you?
That's right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Talking beer.
I'm Brett.
I'm Ryan, and this week we're talking about.
Rising Pint tickets going on sale today.
That's right, Rising Pint tickets sale today.
Yeah, March 1st.
March 1st, you can get them online at risingpint.com.
May 12th.
May 12th, Mother's Day weekend.
Yep.
So, Mother's Day for Mom, beer for you on Saturday.
That's right.
All right.
It's been a good run with that plan. We get some really good. I love that part of the year because obviously my birthday is May 11th, so it's always right around there, and it's always
it's
usually
your birthday
good weather.
Party.
Good weather.
You get to book the bands.
I do get to book the bands
And the
Thank
beer.
You, Heather.
So it's essentially Brett's birthday party weekend and
It's a good
Mother's
one.
Day.
Yeah. So as with normal Brett's birthday band selection, Rift, one of the local fish cover bands is going to be there, and Rain, another classic jam rock band from the Hartford area.
Cool.
So
Very
I'm really
cool.
looking forward to it, and I was able to call those two bands and say, hey, listen, guys, I hired you a horn section. So there's two saxophones coming to play with those two bands, which is, they always have fun with it. It's a good time. A collaboration, if you will.
I like it. What's the old 80s music? I'd like to hear some sax, like slow sax.
They're definitely playing a Bowie song with
There
the
you go.
sax, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. So
Um,
they're excited, actually. I like it. Because they don't really, if the band doesn't have a horn section, it's fun to add a horn section
sure,
for the day.
sure.
It's really cool. So I like to do something a little bit different at Rising Pine.
And we're going to probably try to live stream that and do a couple other things. So it'll be a fun day. I am very excited as well. And what do we got in front of us?
Well, today we have an array of different beers. We're currently drinking the Double Ruffled from Stony Creek, which is very, very juicy.
Juicy.
Double IPA, New England style. No bitterness. I mean, I'm sure there's some there. We wouldn't taste it for 2 months because there's so much hops in there. You just won't taste the bitterness of the hop. But and then we also have our local classic here, Sip of Sunshine. A new beer that came out Monday.
This one right here.
Founders Solid Gold. We'll drink that next because I think crafted lagers might start to become in vogue around here. I know we're all hopped out with IPAs and everything, but there's two lagers right here. This one's coming out right now, Monday, and this one's been out, local lager. The hops in here give it off a little bit of a lime taste.
This is Stony Creek,
Like,
right? Yep.
not lime, but kind of limey. It's just the way the hops play with the beer. It just works out really nice, which is kind of what you want in a Mexican lager is a lime. So it works out well.
It's funny that you use the word limey.
Why? What?
A limey? Never mind. English word.
Oh, okay. Brought some Dogfish, Namaste, white. I think whites will be coming as the sun pokes out and becomes a little bit warmer around here. Obviously, whites become a little bit more popular to drink. And then what else do we bring? The new Back East Spring Ale, which is hopped with Galaxy this year. And then coming out next week for the first time in this part of Connecticut is Sweetwater. And that's a hop hash. Interesting story behind that because we're not going to probably drink it right now. But hop hash, the name hash, comes from when they make the hop pellets at the farm.
Yep.
And they press them. That screen that they're pressing the hops through becomes coagulated with hop.
Sure.
And they call it hop hash.
So it's like hash browns. Like hash brown hash.
They scrape it off, and then that's what a really condensed, squeezed hop resins are in there, and that's what makes that beer.
That's awesome.
Hoppy.
Very cool.
Yeah. So you'll be able to find that starting next week. That is out. The spring ale is out right now. What do you want to try?
Well, you wanted to do the gold, right?
Let's do the gold.
Let's do the gold.
I know you're not huge on hops, so I really think you're gonna like this.
Well, I mean,
That's a beautiful pour right there.
as I mentioned, it's like it's growing on me, and I'm learning. As
It's
I
okay
try new things,
to do this, by the way,
to
have
give a
shitload
big
of-
head.
That CO2 is not good for your body. It's okay. It's there for packaging. It's there to make the beer taste nice and fresh and crisp when it gets to you. But it was not intended to be consumed. You do want to pour everything out. That's something that we should maybe talk about. I know we talk a lot on this program, but for education and something educational that has nothing to do with each of these styles of beer is actually pouring everything into a glass because you want that CO2 to be released.
And well, I mean, this is very common in Europe.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they would push a beer back if it came even head.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the proper way to pour a beer, and you're saying it's because we want to get the CO2 out of it.
You want to get not all of it, but you want to get
Obviously.
it's in there because that's naturally as one of the byproducts. And when you're talking about a draft system at a bar, you want to push CO2 because CO2 just pairs up well with the beer because it's already in the beer.
Sure.
You're not doing anything different to the beer, and the beer is going to taste the same as the brewmaster intended. Brewmaster wants you to pour this stuff out so that you can release that CO2, so that it does carry up the glass and hit your nose.
Right.
And it brings the flavor of the beer with it to your nose.
There's that, and then the other reason, if I'm not mistaken, is that you want the CO2 for removing oxygen from the beer.
You want to make sure it stays out.
That
The
keeps it
CO2 is
fresh.
okay to have in there, absolutely. It does keep it fresh on there for sure. It keeps
Right.
it shelf stable. The other reason why you want to, and I always do this, I literally will
Scotch twirl it, wine twirl
just
it.
because you want to still trying to release it because it's just ends up in your stomach and
Sure.
it's just CO2 and you just end up getting bloated and you end up doing.
I
there's
feel
only two ways
I feel
for
like
it
I
to
look bloated.
Well, I know it's because we drink beer every single day, but let's not look here. It does. Well, I mean, there's only two ways for the carbon dioxide to leave the body, right?
Right.
Once you've consumed it.
It's very true.
So, if you don't bring it in there, they have to get rid of it either. So,
Alright.
and it does make you can drink more actually if you sort it around.
Sure, if you like knock
Remove the
out all
CO2
that.
because you don't get all
belly,
bloated.
Right.
And the beer, I believe, tastes better. To each his own, but everybody has their own opinion. But
I do like this. This is very
clean.
clean. Yes, that's a great way to put it. It's very clean. It's very light on the palate.
A little straw.
Yeah.
Little like not almost biscuit, almost like lightly toasted.
I could
toast.
taste that straw. No, I mean, you mention it, and I'm like, okay, there it is.
It's words that we use when you learn about beer. It's words that are thrown at you. I just retain them and throw them out again. But it is straw colored.
Yeah. So, as a quick reminder, I say spill. Get your Rising Pint tickets. They go on sale today, May 12th at Rentschler Field. We'll see you there.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like.
Which one?
I just finished off that one.